homework, backpacks, and screen time are wrecking your family's posture. Here's the 5-minute fix that keeps parents and kids aligned and calmer this school year. Welcome back. And if you haven't met me before, I'm Dr. Anjali, the founder of Back in Balance. So let's talk about what typically happens, or at least what I've seen happen for many years in practice. The kids are slumped over their homework, you're hunched over your phone, you're at pickup, you're just waiting in the car, and you're not alone. These habits are shaping your entire family's nervous systems. So today we're going to talk about the AM and PM stretches, simple desk fixes, and a family posture flow that will make a huge difference in just 5 minutes a day. So let's talk about the back to school stress postures, right? For kids, it's a backpack strain, slouching at desks, tech neck. For parents, that's driving posture, working from home, or working in general in front of the computer, maybe carrying your toddler or all the things because you become designated carrier of all things. And these postures result in tension, headaches, poor focus, and even shallow breathing. So let's talk about why that is. What does poor posture look like? Or maybe the reframe of that is, what does aligned posture look like? And that would be stacking our spine. So having your ear stacked over your shoulder, over your elbow, over your hip, and if you're standing, over your knee and over your ankle. So one way to visualize this is to think about carrying grocery bags, or at least that's the example I like to give. Because when we carry grocery bags, we carry them with our bags straight to our side. Our arms are straight down to our sides, right? Because any deviation away from that, if we go forward, if we go out to the sides, requires a lot more effort. So similarly, when it comes to all the other movements that we do in our day, try to keep our spine stacked, because when our ear comes in front of our shoulder into that tech neck or nursing mother's neck or whatever that poor posture might look like, or getting slouched forward, you break that spinal alignment, and that can signal stress. And so for kids, that might be that they act out, or maybe even for parents, that means acting out, but in a slightly different way. You might feel more edgy or irritable and just unable to navigate or manage with as much ease, because having better alignment creates a safety signal, and it creates a more calm experience and even better sleep. And why is that? Because when we round forward, we collapse our diaphragm. We cannot breathe in and get the oxygen to our brain, to the rest of our body with as much ease, right? Try that for a moment. If you come into a slouch position, try to take a deep breath in, or take a breath in, see how deep it goes, and then go into that stacked spine situation of having your ear, shoulder, elbow, hip, knee, ankle all in one line, and then take a breath in and see what that does for you, what it does for your breath. Because it's not just your posture, but rather it's your body telling your brain whether or not it can relax. When we're guarded, when we're tensed, our body is not in a relaxed state of being, right? So in the morning, one thing that you could try, one of my favorite stretches to do, I call it the face wash stretch because I don't really know the technical name for it, but we have links to all of our stretches and the other YouTube videos. But one of my favorite ones to do is the face wash stretch. And the way you do that is by bringing your arms as close together as you can. It's okay if your elbows don't touch. As close together as you can, bringing your arms towards the back of your head, separating out at your elbows, and then letting your arms come down as you squeeze your shoulder blades together. We'll do that one more time with breathing. So take a nice deep breath in as you bring your arms up towards the back of your head. Hold your breath as your elbows come out to the sides, and then exhale slowly as your arms come down. So there's multiple ways of doing a similar type of stretch, either a doorway stretch or even wall angels. I like the face wash stretch because you don't need any equipment. You can modify it based on your needs, and it's really easy to incorporate. And I also think of it as face washing, in the morning and the evening. So it's a really great way to kind of reset your morning and reset your evening before you go to bed. And then I would demo this with your kids, right? Have them try it out with you. Kids love to point out when parents do something wrong. So maybe do it a little bit differently and see if they can catch it and see how they would do it differently so that they can be a participant in this activity. And in the evening, again, you can repeat the face wash stretch. I think it's a great way to go. Another thing that you could try is just doing a humming breath, right? If you have a favorite song or if your kids have a favorite song, just humming can help regulate the nervous system as well. Those are a couple little tiny rhythms that can help to signal safety and calm for everyone. And then when it comes to adjusting your workstation, it's not just about ergonomics in terms of how you are sitting or how the equipment is being utilized or what equipment is being utilized, but it's all of those components being put together. So we want to make sure that we're still stacking our spine. So looking at, are you using a laptop keyboard and trackpad as your main device, or using an external keyboard and mouse? Or is your monitor elevated to a height where you can look straight ahead? Or are you looking down or hunching down into your laptop or your screen? All of those things can play a big role in what our daily alignment looks like and our daily capacity for oxygen and nervous system regulation can look like. So, one of the other stretches or exercises I like to recommend when it comes to workstations or as particularly when it comes to screens is the 20-20-20 exercise. And that is every 20 minutes, look 20 feet away, ideally at a non screen surface. So if you have a window, you can look outside, or if you don't have window access, then ideally if you have like some kind of plant or nature scene or something like that. But in the very least, looking at a non screen surface 20 feet away or more for 20 seconds. And that allows our eyes to reset, refocus, rather than just continuously staring into a screen. So that's the 20-20-20 rule. And again, trying to keep in mind stacking our spine. So ears over shoulders, over elbows, over hips. We've put all of this together into a structural reset guide. And this is the family friendly posture flows, desk setup hacks, and sleep alignment tips. So you can grab it with the link below. We'll see you next week.